All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube's Pastor Dow. Well, we're coming up on another weekend. Again, I have a bunch of questions. I'm going to address this, right? I'm going to address this. It's pretty simple. They asked me about life just in general. How did I get to the point where I'm at? I want to give you some of my principles, all right? Principles for life, okay? In life, number one, and there's a bunch of number ones too, but I'm not going to say that this is the be all end all in these order. I'm just going to give you an order, okay? Number one, life is full of distractions, and you have to get rid of the distractions, silence the noise, especially the noise that goes on in your own mind. You ever notice something about us as human beings? Is that we're full of doubts, full of questioning ourselves, and full of unbelief. And then when we get finished with that, there's somebody else out there who doubts you. There's somebody else who always questions you and tell you what you can and can't do and all this other stuff, especially when you're trying to push forward in life, and trying to become more of a positive person. That's number two. Try to always be positive because there's so much negative and so much negativity around us. There's so many people that's pessimistic about every single thing. They can't seem to get ahead for anything. Now, as a preacher, I have to point out sin, iniquity, transgression. I have to point out, the bad, the ugly, and the worst, and all these other things and stuff. But the whole purpose of pointing those things out and then showing you how they get in is so that you can have the keys to be able to lift yourself up out of the pit. Life in itself, you are going to have to remove, listen to me, negative people from you. Everybody, and believe me, I'm a little bit different preacher because, I have lived around people. I live around saints. They're my neighbors. And I've done this for like 20-something years. Now, you think about this. Everybody believes that they are the sum of all wisdom. They actually believe that they are right, but they're right in their own eyes. And the only acid test that you can do in order to prove, number one, yourself, and then when you prove yourself, you'll be able to prove others, is you can tell the type of person you are by the fruit that you bear. I mean, good fruit in your life. So, be positive. Try to get away from the negativity. If you have something that's working inside of you that needs to change, then change it. Because you sitting up there wrestling with yourself, continue to keep doing the same things that you've always done and expect change. Of course, the definition of that is just what? Straight up insanity. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to remove people out of your life and from the influence of your life who does not bring a positive gain. And one of the worst things about it is you yourself may be the negative influence. You yourself may be your worst person that you have ever met, if you have ever met you. And you yourself is probably keep you from being happy and being joyful. We live a relative peaceful life, a very happy life here at Straightway. We really truly do. I have a lot of enemies. I do. I have a lot of enemies. They are my enemies. But listen to me very closely. I don't have one enemy in the whole entire world. But my enemies, hey, they are my enemies, but I don't have any. Do you understand that? It's just the truth. Anytime that you do anything that's going to affect and make change positively for someone in life, somebody is going to be demonically controlled by Satan to try to derail, to try to sidetrack you from your course. And if you notice, these people who do that, these people who usually they don't have anything going for them in their life whatsoever at all. Their whole life is built around nothing because they haven't accomplished anything in themselves. So Get around happy, joyful people, people that are going somewhere, people that are doing something, and it will change everything. It will change everything. When I'm preaching, I have to talk about the ugly. When I'm reporting, I have to talk about the ugly, but just know how to categorize it. That's like a lot of people. When they meet me, they're almost floored because they tell me how kind I am, and it's totally different than when I'm preaching and teaching. I tell people all the time, when I'm preaching and when I'm teaching, it's a total different dynamic from me, the person, or who I am, who you get to meet. If I'm leading, if I'm a leader, and I am a leader, and I have all these things I have to do and get forth in order to accomplish a job, I work hard. And that's another thing in life. Work hard. Work hard no matter what you do. If it's planting a garden, if it's at your job, if it's repairing something, if it's studying, dedicate yourself. Work hard. Man, you would have so much happiness in your life if you just follow these three things. You really, truly would. Just follow these three things. You won't believe how much would change. Now, this is the first and foremost out of every single one of them. Somebody created us. And it would behoove you to get to know him personally before the breath go out of your body. And that's the truth. Hey, y'all have a wonderful weekend, all right?